Hello guys, so today we're going to learn trigonometrical identities. So trigonometrical identities we have already started in the standard ninth. By the way, trigonometrical identities we are starting in standard 10th, but trigonometry we have already learned in standard ninth, isn't it? So it's just a continuation of ninth standard topic. And many people find this chapter like little bit of challenging. I would always recommend to you all students, do 40 sums at one go and you will enjoy it. I'm sure that first eight sums, whenever you'll do, you will find the chapter is very, very difficult. And then afterwards, the moment you'll keep increasing eight sums, you will keep changing your reviews. Okay, then it will find you will find difficult, then it's okay, then wow, and then very simple. So without wasting any time on this, we will start with this trigonometrical identity. So what we've learned in last class, I'll just take a quick recap. So we started with right angle triangle. Then we took one angle as theta. Then we named it as like, let's say triangle ABC. We took this angle B as 90 degree. And the side opposite to this 90 degree is called as hypotenuse. Side opposite to theta is called as opposite side, abbreviated as O. And side adjacent to this theta is called as adjacent side and abbreviated as A. Then we learned 6t ratios, that's sine theta with respect to this theta, sine theta, then cos theta, and then tan theta. So what was this sine, cos, tan? It was O, A, and OA, isn't it? Then we learned cot theta, sec theta, and cosec theta. Student, keep writing along with me. So cot theta is reciprocal of tan theta. So it was written as A upon O. Sec theta is reciprocal of cos theta. So it can be written as H upon A. Reciprocal means this goes into the denominator and then this denominator comes in the numerator. So hypotenuse comes in the numerator and adjacent side goes in the denominator. Cosec theta would be reciprocal of sine. So it will become H upon O. This is what we've learned already in standard ninth, isn't it? And now it's time to start writing these identities. So what is this first identities? Reciprocal ratios. Reciprocal ratios. So what are these reciprocal ratios? Look at this. Sine theta is reciprocal of cosec theta. So you can write it down like this. Sine theta is equals to 1 by cosec theta. Or you can write cosec theta. Cosec theta also can be written as 1 by sine theta. I hope you are writing along with me. And if we'll take this sine theta over here in multiplication, so it will become sine theta into cosec theta. Obviously, it will turn out as 1. You understood? This is one the same thing. You can write in any format. Suppose somewhere there is cosec, you can substitute over there as 1 by sine theta. If somewhere is sine theta, you can substitute as 1 by cosec theta. If there is somewhere sine theta into cosec theta, you can substitute that equals to 1. That way, these reciprocal ratios will going to help us. So same thing we can write for cos and tan. Let's write quickly. I hope you are writing along with me. Cos theta is 1 by sec theta. Sec theta would be 1 by cos theta. And cos theta into sec theta will become 1. And third one, tan theta would be 1 by cot theta. Cot theta would be 1 by tan theta. And tan theta into cot theta would be 1. Now the next one would be, okay, so I hope you understood what is reciprocal ratios. Now the next one would be some standard identities, like tan theta can be written as obviously sine theta upon cos theta. We've already learned this in last year. And cot theta can be written as cos theta upon sine theta. You must remember this. So this was fourth, or I can say fifth. And then the next one would be square identities. What are the square identities? So there are only 3 square identities. One would be sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Second one would be 1 plus tan square theta would be sec square theta. And the last one would be 1 plus cot square theta can be written as cosec square theta. Now these are very simple to prove, guys. You can just simply write it down. Okay, over here if you'll write, say this is, let's say example, say suppose this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5, any trigonometrical identity. So what will be sine square theta? 3 upon 5, opposite upon hypotenuse. Cos square theta would be 4 upon 5. And now if we'll do 3 square upon, okay, I'll just write it down over here. So this will become little easier for you all to understand. I'll just give the proof for this, okay? This would be little quick. I hope you'll understand that. Even if you do not understand, you can just take a recap quickly. 3, 4, 5. So what will be sine square theta? 3 upon 5 the whole square. What will be cos square theta? 4 upon 5 the whole square. And if we'll do this square, it will become 9 upon 25 plus 16 upon 25. So that will become, both the denominators are same, so you can add directly 25 upon 25, which turned out as 1. You understood, guys? How simple it is? Same way you can prove these second and third identities. Okay, I hope you all are getting this. Now, once you're done with these 3 basic identities, you can rewrite them in the different format. Like sine square theta can be done as 1 minus cos square theta, or cos square theta can be done as 1 minus sine square theta. Okay, some people are asking, so please write it down. So sine square theta can be done as 1 minus cos square theta, or cos square theta can be done as 1 minus sine square theta, or vice versa. 1 minus cos square theta can be substituted as sine square theta, and 1 minus sine square theta can be substituted as cos square theta. It's simple from here, guys. You understand? I'm just shifting this term on this side. That's it. Nothing else. So sine square theta will become 1 minus cos square theta, isn't it? Or else cos square theta can be done as 1 minus sine square theta. You got it, guys? Isn't it very, very simple? Yes, it is very easy. Very, very easy, guys. Okay. So from here, again, there could be the 2 identities can be written. 1 is equal to sec square theta minus tan square theta. And then tan square theta can be written as, okay, tan square theta can be written as, yes, guess what will happen? Yes, many of you guessed it correct. Sec square theta minus 1. And so the last one can be written as, I'll give it that to you all to write it down by your own. Okay, cot square theta can be written as cosec square theta minus 1, or 1 is equals to cosec square theta minus cot square theta, isn't it? Now there are several ways, like, cot theta can be done as root of cosec square theta minus 1, or cot theta can be done as plus minus root of cosec square theta minus 1, and all that things. Yes, I do not recommend you all. So guys, if you know this much, your actual things would be like, very easy to you all to remember everything. Then the chapter becomes really, really smooth and simple, guys. Understand, believe me. So you can pause the video over here and copy paste it quickly in your book, guys. That's it.